Y'all need to help Stephen Phillips out over there. Out the door and off the radio.
Here's Stephen Phillips.
All righty, folks, we are back, and I'm tickled to death. We have got a singer, songwriter, producer, musician, the whole nine yards, and from the Christian rock band Third Day. He is a Georgia boy, Mac Powell. Good morning. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Well, you look good, man. You look good. It don't matter much how you feel as long as you look good. That's all, man.
I just got out of the shower, man. I appreciate you noticing.
Yeah, I guarantee you that's right. Now, you better be on your good behavior because we got Catherine Nelson here, and she's the lady that's got your check for the show that's coming up here in Blairsville.
I am going to be the best that I can be.
There you go. No, man, you got a lot of stuff going on. I went to your website and checked it out. I love the cassette tape on your website.
Yeah, man. I released my new single. It's called 1991. And it's a story about when I was a senior in high school. And back then, it wasn't these fancy CDs that nobody even listens to anymore.
Right.
It's tapes. Every time I talk about the song in concert, I'm out on tour right now, I have to explain to people what tapes are. Some people remember and some have no idea.
I remember, man. I can remember taking the pencil and having to rewind them where your tape player eat them things, you know.
That's right, all the time.
Yeah, and then, of course, people don't even listen to CDs anymore.
You know, it's so much easier. Just get out your phone and say, "Hey Siri, play whatever," and hear what you want to hear. But there's something old school about getting one of those CDs or an old tape or even albums. You know, a lot of people love listening to actual records now. Again, so it's amazing the opportunity, the chances, and the different types of music we can listen to in different ways, and so it's all good to me.
Hey, I'm an 8-track tape player guy, man. I'm 8-track tapes. Yeah,
I remember those too.
Yeah, I got the matchbooks where you have to push it up and wedge it in there. It'll only play one song instead of two, and so those are played.
That is old school right there.
Yeah, I guarantee it. But now you was actually, I mean, you're from Alabama, but you was raised in Marietta, right?
That's right. Yeah, I was born and raised in Alabama. A little town called Clanton, south of Birmingham, north of Montgomery, right in the middle of the state. And I moved to Marietta, right outside of Atlanta, when I was a when I was a sophomore in high school. So when people ask me, where'd you grow up? Well, a little bit of Alabama, a little bit of Georgia, but I've been here for 32 years or something like that now. So this is home.
There you go. So you still live in Atlanta then?
I do, yeah.
Well, that's cool. So that won't be too big of a drive to come up to Blairsville. Y'all come up here? I mean, a lot of folks from your area come up here and hang out and ski and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we try to get up there every once in a while and just, it's beautiful up there. Mm-hmm. And, I'm trying to, as much as I love Atlanta, I'm trying to talk my wife into moving into way, way north Georgia because I'm tired of the traffic.
I'm with you, man. Come on up here. I'll tell you what, the traffic needs more speed. That's the whole problem with the traffic down there. They need speed.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I might be part of that problem.
Well, she might be.
Hey, Mac, I'm always interested in the creative process. So when you're writing, how do you do that?
Well, for me, and there's lots of different people write in different ways. For me, it's usually a melody. But even like this morning, I woke up with a melody in my head. Now, it may be something I stole from somebody else, but by the time I start working on thinking about it, it's a whole different thing. And so it starts with a melody, and then, I might see a word that I go, I like that word. Or I'll read something. I go, wow, that's a great idea. Or somebody will say something. I'll see something on a billboard. And usually there's one word or a phrase, and you go, that can be the title right there. My dad's favorite band was Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Oh, there you go, CCR.
Yeah, and John Fogerty, I listened to him a lot growing up, and I remember hearing him in an interview saying, if you've got a great title, that helps out with the song. And so I always think about titles. What's something that's gonna compel people? Like my new single, 1991. You go, okay, 1991. What happened then? What was going on? What's he talking about? And so anything that can draw somebody in, or either teach them something or help them in some way. Those are different things I want to do. And then I explain it's kind of like a crossword puzzle. If I'm just singing, I'm making this up as we go. It's going to be terrible, but the moon. And I go, I got the moon. All right, how can I fill in, if I've got the moon, what makes sense with the moon? It's like a crossword puzzle. I've got my 4 across, which is moon. Now I've got to use that to fill in the 17 down. And so you kind of use little bits and pieces to build on the whole thing. But usually it starts with a melody.
It almost sounds like you just described how they created Spaghetti Junction there in
pretty much.
in Atlanta.
Yeah, take a piece of this, a piece of that, just put it all together and hope for the best.
I mean, songwriting to me,
cool.
I love songwriters. I like songwriters, singer-songwriters that do their own stuff. You know, I mean, honestly, and it's a talent that I think you're born with. I don't think it's something you can learn. I mean, you know,
I was very fortunate. Both my parents, when I was growing up, both my mom and my dad, nothing professional, but they play acoustic guitar and sing very well. And so I was always around the house. And then they had an amazing record. My dad was in the Army, and so we lived in Taiwan when I was about 3 or 4. So he could get all these albums for about 50 cents, real cheap. You know, I think they were on the black market, not the real albums, but he had a big stack of these great records with great singer-songwriters like, Elton John and Jim Croce and James Taylor. Like, those are some of my favorites, but he also loved a lot of Southern rock like Leonard Skinner and the Allman Brothers. And of course, I told you Creedence Clearwater Revival. So I had all this great classic music that I could listen to and these great songwriters that helped influence me.
That's cool. You know, you're talking about John Fogerty. I think him and Bob Seger are collaborating right now on a song. I can't wait to hear it.
Wow, that'd be amazing. Those are two of the best ever.
Well, now this song, 1991, you give a heck of a testimony on that on your Facebook page. Tell us a little bit about this song.
Yeah, it's about me. I kind of grew up in church and went to this little church in Alabama, in this little town outside of Clanton, Alabama, and a little small kind of place that was packed out at 100 people on Easter and Christmas. So most of the people there, I was related to in this little community. It's where my dad grew up going to church, and it was way out in the boonies, out in the woods. It was called Providence Baptist Church No. 2. And I have no idea where number 1 was.
They got mad at them. You know how I'm a Baptist too, man. I'm Baptist. We get mad at them. We go start our own, man.
And it was very different than today. You know, churches today have like a full band, or not all of them, but a lot of churches have a full band and like a light show. It's almost like going to a concert sometimes. And I like that. That's fine. But I grew up, it was a very different day. It wasn't like these fancy worship leaders with their skinny jeans and their fancy hair. It was old Aunt Edna on the piano and a bunch of gray hairs in the choir and me. And so it was very different. But I learned a lot in church growing up, and I just kind of did my own thing for a long time. Finally, I was a senior in high school, 1991. I went to McEachern High School here in West Cobb County, and I was just kind of lost. I didn't know what I was going to do with life. I didn't know. I needed some direction. We were kind of a lower middle class family. Didn't really have a lot of money for college. My dad was in the military, so I knew that wasn't something I was cut out to do. Didn't have any real experience to get a real job, so I just needed some direction. So I started reading my Bible really for the first time, started praying, asking God to help me, and I just felt him move in my heart, and so my life changed then, and so that's really what the song is about, 1991.
That's awesome, man. It really is, and that's the thing. It seemed like today people are steering away from God, and and you can see it. It's not something that you don't know. You can actually see it, and it seems like if you're a Christian, that you're kind of, an outcast or something. But I've read the Bible, and in the end, we win. I'm telling you, we win.
Amen.
In the end. It's
Amen.
No doubt. But now you're talking about that little church you go to. I still go to a church like that. I go to a little church called Friendship Baptist Church. It's a rock church founded in late 1800s. Wow. And we all stand around the piano. My mother plays the piano, and everybody just sings. And
that's awesome.
You don't have to audition to get in the choir. It's like, please come up, man. We need a bass. We need a bass or alto or whatever it is. But
that's great, man. I love that.
But I'm a Baptist, and I'm glad I'm a Baptist because we eat better than any religion out there. I'm telling you.
Amen. Amen. And you got to make sure that preacher is done at 12 o'clock so you can go eat.
I'm with you. I'm with you on this. But I don't know if you played at the Union County Fine Arts Center yet or not. But it's recently new, and it's a real sweet venue. You're going to really enjoy this.
I'm so excited about coming up there. It's for a great cause.
Yes, it is.
For this great ministry that reaches out and helps young people. And I mean, there's nothing better than being able to do a concert. That's fun enough in and of itself to be able to do a concert and to gather together with people and celebrate. But when you're doing it for a great cause like this, we're going to have a great time. So I'm really excited about coming up there.
Well, we're looking forward to it, no doubt. We got Catherine. You got anything you want to throw in there? We got the boss lady here. Put her on where he can see what she looks like. Where he'll know who's holding the check. There she is.
Good morning, Mac.
Hey, good morning.
I'm an Alabama girl too. But
All right,
but
what
like
part
you,
were you
been in
from?
Georgia for a long time. Talladega.
Okay, there we go. We know where the
Yes.
Talladega is.
Yes. But we're excited to have you up here and thankful that you're helping us raise awareness for Isaiah 117 and your passion for the cause. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Oh, what's
we're
a pleasure.
grateful.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. Yep.
I enjoy playing your music on the piano too.
Hey, good. Hey, I might have
When
to
the
get you
rain
to come up.
comes, it's one of my favorites.
Oh,
I like
thank you.
to play and sing it. Yeah.
I haven't sang that one in a long time. I better learn it before I get up there.
Yes, that's good. I would appreciate that.
I'm with you on that.
I'm
I need a
encouraged by a lot of
miracle.
your music. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, I need a miracle. Ain't that one of their tunes? I need a miracle.
Yeah,
Every
it is.
day,
I love
brother.
that one too.
Yeah, I need a miracle. But now you got a pretty good. I mean, you're touring pretty hard right now. I know everybody got shut down, and thank God that shutdown is over with and everybody's out going. But man, you are all over the place. Now, you in Georgia right now, or are you out on the road?
I'm home right now, and I'll leave. I just got in on Monday, and I leave tomorrow. This is the last run of the tour. I'm out with a guy named Matthew West, great singer-songwriter, and having a great time with him and his band. But I am looking forward to being home for a few days.
I can imagine. You know, that's the funny thing about it. We get a lot of artists on, and the COVID shutdown. And I don't know if you know Paul Thorne or not, but
Yeah.
I love Paul. He's a nut. But he said, man, I was so excited just to take the trash out in the morning, because he's out on the road.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah. Well, it's amazing you take things for granted when we're able to just drive to the grocery store and get some toilet paper and paper towels, things like that. And when all of a sudden you can't, it really opens up your eyes to how blessed we are in this country and how blessed we are to be able to gather together. And that's why, it's great to have a few days off and to get away and just kind of stay with your family. And that's one thing I did like about COVID, being stuck in my house with my family, is as crazy as that sounds. But I have older kids and younger kids. So my oldest is 24, and my kids, I've got 5 of them. That goes all the way down to 13. And we were all together for about 2 or 3 months. Nobody could go, hey, can I go to so-and-so's house or whatever. We were together. That was a special time. But at the same time, as we all know, to not be able to gather together with your friends and coworkers and do all the things you're used to, it hurts your heart a lot. And so I'm glad that we're back to it now.
That's cool.
Thankful.
MacPowell.com. I don't want to leave anything else. Now, folks, he is coming, and what is the date he's coming on?
June the 17th.
June the
Yes,
17th.
doors, tickets are available on Eventbrite. Doors open at 6:30. We also have food trucks out there at 5. So if anyone wants to enjoy dinner time,
They
come
better
on
I do.
before-
You had me at food.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we'll feed you.
There better be some fried chicken in there. We're Baptists.
Yeah.
They better be a fried
That's
chicken
right.
truck.
That's right. Amen.
Chicken on site.
And she brought us some tickets too that we're going to be
Yes.
giving away later on. But y'all go to Mac Powell, and this is going to be a great concert. And Mac, I'm going to tell you right now, or Mr. Powell, can I call you Mac?
You can call me Mac, please.
Y'all heard that? Yeah, me and Mac, we go way back. Yeah, we're friends. We appreciate your service, man. We appreciate your testimony and all that you're doing out there.
Hey, man, a pleasure. Thank you for having me, and look forward to seeing y'all soon.
We'll be there. We're going to
Thanks,
get you
Mac.
back on here a day or two before the show, if that's all right.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. That'd be awesome.
And if you need anything, just holler at us. We're around here somewhere.
All right. Thank you, brother.
You take care.
Y'all be good.
All right.
Thank you for spending a little time with us. And remember, you can tune in every morning at WJULradio.com at 8 a.m. Eastern. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook, The Morning Dish.